I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This title alone had me intrigued and interested in this video.
I seen a post from a woman on here that said the real reason she doesn't date attractive men is because basically once you her type, you can get away with almost anything, and I 100% feel that. Like, I'm not gonna say I date ugly women because I don't, but like, I stay away from my type because my type has me spending money that I don't have, skipping work that I need to be doing, mentally going through all the loops, and I don't want to go through no more circuses. I don't want to chase nobody. I only want who wants me. So I'm not going after my type, and my type is the traditional bad, and I think that's everybody's type. But the bad has a worse personality. That's all I'm saying. So I like women that like me as much as I like them, as well as have personality to go with looks, have smarts to go with looks. Like, my type, all you gotta do is be light skin, curly hair, and a nice body and a pretty face, and boom.
So I think there's a lot of problems here with what bro's talking about. I'm gonna let him slide for 1 second. Brother, I don't think it's just because this woman is a quote-unquote baddie. I think that you conceptualized what you think a baddie is based on, you could talk about standards, you could talk about, there's a model that you follow, realistically speaking. If you're just simply trying to equate light-skinned women to baddie because they're light-skinned, then I guess you're a victim to this Eurocentric model. Like, you're only viewing them that way because they're closer to whiteness. You want them to have a semblance of black, but again, you are interested in the women that are lighter because of the proximity to whiteness.
Here's my wallet. Here it all.
The next problem too is, realistically, brother, there's other things you got to focus on in life. If so-called a baddie is distracting you from the things that you need to accomplish as an individual, things that you need to accomplish as an adult, then you have problems other than just being around baddies.
Oh, you need your nails done? Don't worry, I got it. And I don't got it. I really don't got it.
I think so.
So that is like detrimental to my life.
I feel that.
I stay away from them.
Now, you guys know I love discussing topics like this, and I appreciate when folks tell the truth. So we got a lot to unpack before I actually play this clip, which is an example of what he's talking about, right? Which y'all probably saw the preview at the beginning. Now, he said it's a typical every man's type, right? Or every black man's type, which is a light-skinned chick with curly hair, maybe green eyes, right? Or light eyes, right? Curly hair. The baddie aesthetic, right? Which dudes just go crazy over. They will spend whatever money, they'll simp out super hard for that type of baddie. You know, the ones that you typically see on IG when you go to your suggested, whatever it's called, that page that you have on there. And what I always say, he said something that I always say, a lot of these women have some of the worst attitudes. They never have to work on themselves because from the time that they're young, they're going to be told that they're pretty. Women want to be around them, guys want to talk to them, and the whole colorism thing as far as color struck, saying that this person is better or this person is better. So she has that in her mind early on. So she's going to grow up with that unless her father teaches her otherwise, because the mother's probably going to be on her, telling her to.
I don't even think it's just like the fact that you're pretty. I think a lot of people are just softening and cushioning your ego. You never understand constructs. You're never confined to doing this or that. Nobody ever taught you the consequences of your actions. You never had to be reprimanded. So I think it goes a lot deeper than simply you're pretty, so we're gonna let you get away with things. I don't think that's it.
Same thing.
You never had to develop character.
As far as my daughters go, I'm definitely telling them, hey, don't think that you're better than anyone else in that aspect.
Yeah.
But these dudes, I always say, because you tend to say light skin is synonymous with good looking, right?
Right.
And people tend to say two good looking people can't be together. That's why you always typically see a light skinned woman go for or be with a dark skinned man, because a lot of times, and I'm not saying this in terms of all light skinned people are good looking, let me rephrase that. But a light skinned woman tends to be with a dark skinned man because he will treat her better, for lack of a better term. He will treat her a certain way, and she knows that she won't get that same treatment all the time with a dude that's light skinned. That's just how it is. So
I think it's more to that. I think in reality, again, I think the dude goes after her because he sees her as higher value because of the skin. That's like the biggest thing I'd probably make an argument about. And then intrinsically, she might look at this dude because he is darker skinned. There's certain traits or characteristics that he might be able to embody simply because of the color of his skin. I think there's surface level there, We were just talking about the skin color thing, and then you could deep dive her.
Had an ex tell me one time
Dive deeper. Whoa.
that a light skinned woman can get away with a lot more with the dude, and probably vice versa. You have dark skinned women who only want a light skinned dude, even though it's not cool to say it. It's not cool to say
What?
you like light skinned guys. But bro,
What?
you're gonna end up coming out your pocket doing all these things, trying to pick up a side job, hustling, trying to steal just to make sure that this baddie is.
I think it doesn't matter what. I think that this problem is synonymous amongst many men. I think there's plenty of dudes that are willing to deal with a woman that maybe is not even like is that. I don't even think she has to be materially driven. I think that a lot of dudes just want to be able to do certain things with their woman and want to be able to take a burden off of her. So it just and unfortunately, just two people, things cost more. That's just what it is. You're doubling the cost. If you do the exact same things you're doing as you're single, but you're doing it with somebody and you're floating the bill, it's just going to cost twice as much, no matter what. So, and I think the dudes are doing that no matter what, like where their ethnic roots lie.
Good to go. So it's funny he said I stay away from my type, which is that aesthetic, and I'll deal with a woman who likes me, who wants to, not to say that she won't like.
Dealing with somebody simply because they want you and you were dealing with the people that you thought were pretty but they didn't want you is insane too. I think a lot of dudes have that problem.
But she'll always feel like she's better than you. So let's get into this clip right here of an example of her playing, which a lot of these chicks be playing and having a bunch of dudes. So it's hard for them to be faithful and not show off their bodies or getting compliments from people, because you as one man, you can't compliment her enough. Let's get into that clip.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yeah, I can hear you.
What you up to? It's loud in here.
Yeah, it is. I'm not up to much. I just left my one job. I'm headed to my second now. What you up to?
Nothing much. I'm here at the shop. My car need a few things done to it.
Oh, for real? Like what?
It needs the brakes, rotors, and control shoulders replaced.
Oh, you must be talking about the control arms. Yeah, those shit can be
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, those shit can be pricey. What they got you quoted as for the parts and the labor?
Let me see. The paper. So it'll be $700 for parts and labor.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better than what I thought from, just from what you were telling me. That should have been over $1,000. Just go ahead and get everything taken care of, and I'll go ahead and tell you. I get you squared away.
Thank you. I was really looking forward to get everything done today.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. And if you need an Uber or something, just let me know, and I can send extra for that too.
You said if I what?
I said I'm sending that over now. But if they're gonna take too long with the car, then just let me know, and I'll get you an Uber sent over there for you.
And it's so funny, right? It is so funny. That's how they do it. Now they be bragging, and you got women that be asking other women, and they make videos. How do you get a man to do this? How do I get him?
Nah, that's crazy, twin. That's crazy on both ends. I think, like, as a dude, if you're that thirsty, that's crazy. But again, I think on the other end of the foot, if you're that willing to take advantage of somebody's niceness or their kindness, that's crazy. But again, like I said, I think you have to like do a deeper dive to like whether these two's relationship, like are they actually in a relationship? Are they just talking? Or is this dude just trying to court her? Is he sending her money under the premise that he will be able to smash? Like, what is this? That's crazy. That's crazy though.
Man to pay my bills. How do I get a man to help me out with my kids? How do I get? Because they want to know, and they want to hang around girls like this to try and it's not always going to work for you. It just so happens she just happens to be born this way, and that's what dudes desire. You know what I mean? Regardless of how much of a dingbat she is, how much of a dud she is, how much of a dud or a cold fish she is in bed, and doesn't do anything for you but look pretty. But you're gonna give her all this money and pay for this stuff, and she wouldn't do anything to help you out. Fellas need to get past that, man. And some dudes learn the hard way. And a lot of you are gonna watch this and say, "Well, Jr., are you saying that dark skinned women have low self-esteem, or do they feel a certain way about themselves? And do men view dark-skinned women a certain way?" I think they do. And it's not just an American thing. This is a worldwide thing. And that's just how it is in the black community, the black diaspora. The lighter your skin is, you're looked at as better. And a dark-skinned woman, not so much. She doesn't get nearly the amount of limelight.
But this is why I'm getting confused. This is where you lose me. I don't think this is an experience that's solely exclusive to light-skinned women. If we're talking about a thing in regards to color, then obviously the women that are lighter color, the white people, they're gonna experience this at a much higher rate. So what are you talking about? Or are you solely trying to keep this in the bubble of the black diaspora, then yeah, you could argue that a lot of people would view them as prettier because they are closer to whiteness. But I would not say that just because somebody is light skinned, they receive better treatment from dudes. No. Like maybe unconsciously, some dudes might look at them a certain way because, again, they might be able to fit the mold. It's particularly if you're talking about somebody who's biracial, they're obviously going to have closer genetics to the people that the Eurocentric model that we follow, the beauty model. So I don't think that this is anything exclusive to just one shade. That's where I get lost.
If you will, attention, if you will, or she doesn't have it as easy.
It's easier to date. So it's just easier to date dark-skinned women because she won't act like she's at a repair shop and ask you for $700. I don't. What the heck are you trying to say?
As a light-skinned woman has it. So just my thoughts on that. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about
Twin is tripping here. Yo, let's check the comments. What? Just because sister is light skinned does not mean she's drop dead gorgeous. Exactly. What are you talking about? So basically he's saying we wouldn't do much for a dark skinned woman, he would go above and beyond for a light skinned one. Yeah, insanity. Some women are dark skinned and beautiful, some lighter women are beautiful, some white women are beautiful, Asian women, etc., etc. Some women are ugly of all colors. Facts. Most of us are average, not beautiful, not ugly. I'm average and it has never bothered me. Good grief, I wouldn't want a man only value me for our looks. Exactly. And that's why I said that's where some of the problems are. I'm a good cook, excellent gardener, intelligent, and well-read. Been happily married for 43 years. There you go. Yeah, no, facts. If you look good, you look good. I mean, this is dumb. They're dark-skinned hood rats and light-skinned hood rats. Answer to stay away from hood rats. Probably these guys that think that they have a light-skinned child. They hate themselves. Yeah, I think that, you can get that argument too. I always say that bad B or women calling themselves bad B are not my type. These women tend to have bad character, self-centered, and egotistical. Not to mention the bad attitude. It's all about personality. Looks mean nothing to me. I don't even think looks are the biggest thing that you can uncover here. At the end of the day, it really just comes down to mentality. Whether or not somebody is exceptionally pretty or not doesn't really matter much. If somebody views themselves a certain way, like if they look like they're above you or they feel like they're above you, then they're just going to feel like they're above you. How they look or where they are in actual reality doesn't really matter much. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about this one. This is interesting.